Hey everybody! Let me be the first to wish you a happy The End Is Never the End. How are you guys doing here? Oh, I've been waiting for this. Yep. Oh yeah, Goofy, that's what the other one was. So yeah, Goofy and Dragonfly. Yep, so you guys finished those up. Nice. Yeah, how you guys doing? We got Dova. We got Brohan. Good to see you guys here. I think that's all that's here right now. Dova, thank you so much for the 9-month sub there. That's fantastic. But anyway, I'm here. I've got the camera back. This is the first time we've had the camera on in a little over a month now. It's just June was crazy. June was ridiculous. June was crazy. I was either busy or exhausted or both at the same time through the entire month of June. It was a ridiculous month. So yeah, there's a reason why the camera was down for the month. But you know what? That's okay. So, sorry, Sai, you're not Dova. I know you're not Dova. You're Sai. Sorry about that. Anyway, thank you, Sai, for the resub. And yeah, good to see you here. Good to see Brohan here. But anyway, I'm excited. I am super excited for the stream because we are streaming Stanley Parable Ultimate Deluxe Edition. I played Stanley Parable way back when. Let's get there we go. That sounds better. Okay. Yeah, I played Stanley Parable way back in, I want to say 2014. I think it was 2014. I played Stanley Parable for the first time. Amazing game. Absolutely amazing game. And I've thought of it. It's one of those games you can really only play once. There's not much replayability in Stanley Parable unless you want to get a friend to play it. And that there is a little bit of replayability in getting a friend to play it. That's why I was so stoked when Rogues played it. And now here we are once again diving down this little rabbit hole here. I didn't play it, but I watched other YouTubers play. See, I played it before YouTubers played it. So I was grateful for that because I was able to really get a taste of it. But okay, let's dive right in here. And let's see what awaits us. I was broke at the time, so I could, and I can understand that. I can totally understand that. All right, starting up here. I'm very excited, guys. I am so excited. Please choose a screen and subtitle language. Are we supposed to be not hearing anything? Oh, there we go. Okay. English. No subtitles. Okay, no subtitles. You want subtitles? Do subtitles help you guys out? Okay, I'll do English subtitles. Yes, I have played Stanley Parable before. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. Okay, I'm going to say... I can kind of see it there, but not really well. Right there. I'm going to say right there is really good. I hit the thing twice. I hope that wasn't a mistake. Hold on. I think I may have screwed that up. Let's restart that. Because I think it was going to have me do something with the chair, and I did a double click there for some reason. My finger just went crazy. I'm kind of hoping it didn't save all of my settings. Okay, good. Here we go. Okay, English. Yes. Okay, so we're going to do that. So right about there is, I'd say right there, it's barely visible. Okay, so it did, I didn't screw it up. It's okay. So it's 7:31. You can make it do that. Let's see. How long is it going to be? 7:30. I know I'm ridiculous when it comes to time. Let's see. Oh, it's almost 7:32. Let's get this right. Okay, 7:32 and confirm. Note, accessibility settings can be accessed from the main menu. Okay. Oh, this makes me excited. I cannot begin to tell you how excited this makes me. Begin game.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Yes!
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
He did. He pushed lots of buttons.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
But was he? Was he really happy?
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is try for the Stanley does nothing ending. And while it does that, I'm going to fix something on the stream really quickly, because I just noticed I'm on the wrong scene. Because this camera frame should be square, not rectangle. So give me just a minute here. Hopefully this doesn't break the stream by doing this, but we'll let Stanley sit there for a minute while we get this fixed here. Let's put it to okay, that'll work. Then I just need to come over here and okay, Stanley's still doing nothing. Keep doing nothing, Stanley. That's exactly what we want you to do. Pop into here and... Good stream, Buck. Welcome back, Buck. Okay, let's see here. Transform. Flip. Horizontal. There we go. That's what we want. And oh, no. We didn't want to move that. Stanley's just going to sit there. That's what we want to move this over. There we go. Doesn't that look better? Isn't that better? Just right there. That nice little, simple little square. Rectangle's just a little too much there. Especially when there's so much going on the screen here. Destroya, how you doing? I had to get my screen back. But yeah, we're just going to wait here. Unless they're going to do something to us that we don't expect and, you know, not do anything with this. I suppose that could happen. Yeah, that is a possibility. But yeah, I'm just gonna wait in here. Or what if I close the door? Wasn't that an option as well? To just close the door? Yeah.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure.
That's what it was. It was close the door.
What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except
This is
badly.
the ultimate
The thing to do
do
now,
everything
Stanley
against the
thought to himself,
narrator.
is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing
right.
will break me. In
No,
here
nothing.
I can be happy forever.
Yes.
I will be
we
happy.
will be happy forever.
Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come.
That's
Eventually, someday, they would arrive.
Yes.
Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do.
Well, why didn't we do the broom
it's
closet
just
first?
a little bit closer.
No, I'm going to wait for Leah to get here to
Now
do broom
it's even
closet.
closer. Here it comes.
Here it comes. Okay, I think that was the ending there. So let's go ahead and move on.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Couldn't you jump before? I thought you could jump with space. I guess you can't jump. Oh, it's so good to be back here. Ah, waiting input. There we go. Okay, now you can't jump, but you could get on top of things. That's what I was thinking.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
I love the narrator. Okay. Oh, no, wrong way, wrong way. It's this way. I hate Monday. Okay, here we go.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I think we all know what we're going to do here.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
All right, we're going to go to the employee lounge and admire it.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
As far as lounges are concerned,
here,
it's not that
drinking
bad.
it all in.
I want a cold drink. It is a remarkably good
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Oh, yes. Extremely worth it.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
I love the narrator. I'm not seeing anything different yet.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, He decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Yeah, there we go,
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
It's one of my favorite lines. Do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. I don't remember that sign. That's a great sign.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten
Leah!
off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing in your trust in someone else... The fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why... I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Okay, I'll let you prove it. I'll let you prove it, narrator. Okay. Love this game.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Blue.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Blue.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Blue.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Is this how DMs
I put a lot
feel?
of time into that because I did, and in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me, here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Minecraft time?
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Wait a minute. Wait. Is this new? Have we finally come upon something that's new? I don't remember the door being like that.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there.
Nope. This is not new. This is the
your
same.
Experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices?
I'll give him a solid 5.
Honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Aha! You see, I knew I was on
a solid 5 there.
Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third
door?
Nope,
Si, I'm not doing that for the full
in your
time.
gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that
How long do you have to play the baby game?
Soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
It's like hours, yeah. All right, it's the leaderboard. Go in here.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again,
we'll give him a 4 on
honest
this.
Answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
All right,
you wouldn't
play
mind
testing.
taking
Here
a
we
look
go.
at it, would you? Perfect.
Yeah.
Let me boot it up.
Yeah, let's see it.
In this game,
it's the baby game.
Crawls left towards danger.
Baby.
You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the
go.
fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game. all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really.
So here's something that I never thought about before.
Course, the message of
what is it that Stanley does? He pushes buttons every day. That's literally what this game is pushing the button over and over.
To make sure it's effective. Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Gosh, that sound. All right, let's see if I can do this. Jelly bean. Ah! Okay, I gotta get Jelly Bean here. Okay. All right, so Jelly Bean is... Oh, it's the bad one. Well, it's actually cappuccino. I'm glad it wasn't liver and onions. I'm extremely glad it wasn't liver and onions. I'm doing pretty good here.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me.
Spicy.
I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain?
I wish that the baby was still going on with the spicy bean. How about yours?
This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Let it burn with the heat of the flames. Minecraft time? Oh, hot. Oh, this is not Minecraft.
Ah, fascinating. What do you think
It's
this
something
game is
new
about,
about
Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And
I'll be right back. The habanero spicy. Milk is helping.
it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
They use the Minecraft door open. That's for, you know, I've never played Firewatch. Maybe I need to give Firewatch a try. Ooh, tongue is pain. Tongue is pain.
No, it can't be.
I never even heard of it.
It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
Jonesy Lake. No, I want to go to Jonesy Lake.
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it.
But I love open world!
What's now, Stanley?
Actually, technically we're in the woods.
I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something
Okay, what's
with
the new
walls.
game?
Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Portal? They did Portal last time.
Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
What's it gonna be?
Wonderful. See,
Rocket
this is exactly what I had
League.
in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
This is wait.
Okay, so what exactly
go out there?
do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley,
It's sports
I think
ball.
It's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yeah,
Can I get in here?
I think surely we must.
No, come
Okay,
on.
Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
It's the ball. Yeah, okay. Make a goal. Make a goal. Make a goal.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it
Actually,
better
it's
than my
not
miserable
bad.
little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a
Make it in.
and I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if
No, I want it
one
in.
ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure,
come on.
then surely multiple balls makes for
Oh,
an even
no.
more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out.
Where'd it go?
Here comes another ball. Yes. Oh, goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls.
Oh, jeez. Why can't we do this in a real game of Rocket League? This is great. I think this is the original ball right there.
Are you
Okay,
enjoying
come on.
this, Stanley? Are you having fun?
Actually,
is
this
a
isn't too
real
bad.
video game? Well, I sure hope you're having a good time.
Yeah,
because
made it
guess
in.
What? It's over. That's right. Your
What?
little fun comes to an end. This is my game, and what I... Hold on. What are you doing?
I found an exit.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley.
This is reminding me of Portal, right here. Oh, we just fell down again. Okay, yeah, this is... didn't this happen in the original Stanley Parable? Where you go down and you get into the older, like the alpha build of Stanley Parable. Something like that. Oh, here we go. Yeah, 427. Yep. The original 427. I really do wonder what the next game would have been. But I mean, I saw an opening and I took it.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's
I hope
learned
you're
the heavy
happy now.
cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who
Really?
will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am.
Yeah.
That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back.
The end is never
will
the
be
end.
Here soon. Very soon.
Very soon.
I can wait.
I want chocolate. Okay. All right. Was that ending? Now that Leah's here, Leah, you are here, aren't you?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Time to go to the broom closet.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, go to the left. Okay, meeting room.
Yet
Is this the
there
same?
was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Here we go. Wait, there it is. Yes!
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Nope. Best ending in the game.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
I was dying waiting for Nasada and Bumbler to step into the broom closet.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't
Was
even
it really?
doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is,
I hope they did
he's
something with
literally
this.
just standing there doing sweet FA.
I really hope there's something into this. That they changed it somehow.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yes.
Standing around doing nothing? Why?
Yes.
Please
'Cause it's
offer
the
me
best
some
ending.
explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Come on, give me something good.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
It's the best ending, Leah. Yet here we are.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
I love the narrator.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation
I'm
like
just
this, the
soaking
responsible
this
thing
all
is to
in.
alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of
I certainly will,
tropes
Sai.
in video games.
I certainly
so
will.
that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
All right, here we go.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
That just reminded me I need to put my Discord in streaming mode. Oh, no. Stop. I gotta get back as soon as I can. Where are you not? Look, I just want you to go to streaming mode. Oh, right. I was in the wrong... That would explain things. Okay, I'm back.
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
I think that's all that he does. I'm pretty sure that he's done with the broom closet for this go-around. Yeah, we need to move on.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Honestly, downstairs is probably my least favorite ending. But we're going to have to go for it. Let's just get it out of the way. It's the crazy ending. I think this may have been the Rogue's first
Stanley
ending.
just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting
no,
he'd
they
left his
stood
post
there
during work hours. He might be fired for that.
and totally missed the
in such
purpose
a
of this
competitive
ending.
economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
That's
and for
a good
that matter,
point.
these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield.
Comes the stars.
And it too appeared. It was so much fun. And Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought
I've had
it all
thoughts like
very
this
odd
before.
and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley.
That's interesting, Sai.
He knew for certain,
Only 35% of people have a narrator inside their head.
Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars
I guess
just
you
a moment
could
ago?
say I
How
do
else
have
would
a
the voice
narrator in my
explain
head,
all that? This voice was
but
a
it's
part of
me.
himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up.
That
he
does
thought to
sound
himself.
nice.
I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife.
A simple life.
And my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
I love how they do that.
Stanley began screaming. Please,
And
someone
then make
wake
it back
me
to
up. My
this.
name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
This is probably the most depressing ending.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered
I love how
the strange
happy
man.
the music is.
He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
And there you go. Seriously, probably my least favorite ending of that game. Okay. Let's move on.
All of
Shall
his
we go
co-workers were gone.
visit
What could
Broom
it
Closet
mean?
again?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Uh-huh. New content. It's a new content door. It's a new content door. Let's do it.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
I'm so excited. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable
This is all
Ultra
new.
Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Yeah.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
I love this.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
There was another path back there. Can I go down there? Can I choose not to go? Can I stand here and not go forward? Fine, I'll go forward.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere? Or, oh, there we go.
Oh,
All
there
right,
it goes.
finally,
There it goes.
at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
That's very true, actually. Come on.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if, oh, okay.
Oh,
Let's see
there
the
we go.
content. Give me the content, Stanley. All right.
The jumps.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Jumps remaining 36. Space! Jump! We can jump now. Remember what I was saying at the beginning of the game? I want to jump. Okay, I'm going to take it to 1 and stop. Ah, fine. I was hoping he'd say something.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Got an achievement. You can't jump. Let's see.
Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
Is this really commentary on DLC?
Dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good.
Oh, this is great. This is so great.
Something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Yeah, it is on the Switch.
That's it? You've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
I love how only one light is on.
I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
What was that it? Was that it for the new content door? Oh! Oh, this is new? Okay.
Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Oh, I don't know what to do. I want to go in there, but the ignore. Oh, fine, I'm going in. I'm going in. I wanted to ignore him so bad, but the vent was so enticing.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
It's genuinely upset the narrator. Oh, it's like a church. Oh, wow.
I call it the Memory Zone.
The Memory Zone.
It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Oh, jeez. Indoors monthly. Don't forget the Stanley Parable. Memory, sweet memory. Steam page. The original remake. First dollar. A trip down memory lane. Bits of music. I remember the demo. The demo was cool. Unachievable. Don't play for 5. I did get that well, I haven't got the achievement yet because I haven't opened the game to actually get the achievement. But yeah, I think those were the 2 most notorious achievements for that game. So when does Grunkle Stan show up? British Academy of Film and Television. New video game releasing today in the New York Times. Creators surprisingly down to earth. Oh, this is funny. What's this here? 50% off designer hats, but a small creature owns the other. I love it. Stanley Parable deals tough choices. Oh, jeez. I want to sit on the bench.
Je suis dans la mémorisation, c'est la pluie et l'eau, et je n'attends plus que toi, mon amour. C'est là, dans la mémorisation, où je me remémore les jours.
Oh, this is good. This is good. This is good.
Où je t'ai rencontré.
Is that the piano up there?
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear
pretty
that,
much.
Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally
Foxy.
every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Oh, let's go through here. Memory zone maintenance. I want to go through there.
Here's another moving passage, this time from
Repeatable carpet textures.
GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Man, I am liking where this is going.
These were simpler times, Stanley. What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it
There's the
all
maintenance
over
door.
again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor.
no.
I haven't looked at these in years. I can't
Steam
even imagine
reviews?
what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Oh no. Oh no.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Oh boy. There's another one.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me.
Oh, this is brilliant.
Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Here's another one.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
A skip button.
A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Do we really need a skip button? Oh, there's the skip button.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people, and if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this.
Okay, let's see what it is.
And the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah.
Just gonna relax here.
Blah, blah, blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... the story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment.
Is it repeating
before
at this point?
It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago?
Yeah,
Which is
I think it's
why
repeating.
I say, the story, and the choices, or what have
Yeah,
you,
it's repeating.
and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description
if you say
of
so.
it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means.
Door's gone.
Well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Stanley! Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that... Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever...
He's gone. Oh, wow. He's actually just gone. Oh. I think it might be that smoke alarm up there. Unless there's something... Oh, wait. Yeah, it's the smoke alarm up there. I noticed that up there earlier. Now, if I push this, will there be fire?
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a...
Well, this is just going. I hear water. And why am I hearing Discord? I put the Discord in streamer mode.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Wow. Ah. I think everything on top of us burned. Oh. Okay, that's a problem. Let's skip again. Oh, some sunlight. Okay. I think we're skipping ahead by like decades now. This is a ruin at this point. Okay, Dova, we'll get the wheel in as soon as we can. Oh, I don't like this. Get me out of here. Oh! Oh. Okay, there's no more skip button. Interesting. Okay, I assume we're just gonna keep going this way. It's like, it looks like there's smoke over here. It did have kind of a journey feel to it, didn't it? That was an interesting ending, for sure. Okay. Let's get this wheel going here. Let's see what we get. Give it a minute here. I'm gonna guess the new content ending. Bean. Okay. Oh. It's old bandage. Okay. Just one of many new endings? Nice. Right,
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Are all the old endings still here? New content! I had considered that, but I can't because the new content door is gone. But yeah, we have new content now. Well, now this was the original new content door, but yeah, now it's new content.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
So yeah, same little ride vehicle thing. We're gonna go to that left. Okay, well, same. Ah, and that's the dinner chicken. Okay, we're gonna continue this in about 10 or 15 minutes when I get back, but we are going to go eat. Charlie has made up some delicious quiche. So we're gonna eat, and I'll be back in. All right, I am back, and that flashed out very oddly. This is a weird profile that I haven't fully updated, so that would make sense. Anyway, point being, I'm back. We had delicious quiche followed by pie and ice cream. So, I mean, you can't beat that. Can't beat that for a nice dinner. But what I need to do now, though, is just gotta wake up my computer and past here. Sorry, just give me a minute here. My computer's waking back up, and I think the game crashed. So while I was gone, my PC went to sleep. And no, I don't want you to start Discord. And everything's closed out. So that's really weird. So give me a minute here. Give me a minute to now Steam is updating. I got to get Steam restarted. And we can get back into Stanley Parable and see where we were. How do you play the slots game? I don't know. Foxy doesn't want to be spoiled, and I can completely understand that. Okay, no, I told you, Discord. I do not want you up. I want Steam up. And Leah returns, yay! Okay. It's really frustrating that it closed out. Okay. Get it back up here. All right. I think we're good to go here. Get it loaded back up. You're going to have me do this again, huh? 9:03. Might play this after you eat? You should. Totally should. Hang on, hang on. Before we get started, can I just say something? Oh, this is interesting. This is weird. Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you put. Yes. Oh, I love this game. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 o'clock and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know you care about this experience. You're paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you set are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock for your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whatever time you want, even if it's not the correct time. You've earned it. All right, I'll let you get back to the video game now. I was wondering what the time was for. It was for that. Oh, this is so good. Oh, this is so good. Oh, I want to put a plug in for Rogues to play this now.
This is the story of a man named Stan.
Okay, we can skip. Although, I don't know, hitting the skip button makes me nervous now.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Turn off all the computers here. Off. There we go. Okay. Do we have new content? Yeah!
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show.
I was hoping that it would be there. Coming up here. Here.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So
Yes.
forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which
Okay.
is why I'm very proud to announce for
Okay.
the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh! Oh! Oh, I like this.
See, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of
Oh,
all
yes.
the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many
They did it.
possibilities. It could go in so many different
really
directions.
did this.
This is what fans have truly been asking for.
See, I was so hesitant to pick it up because I was like, well, how much new content is there? This is what they did. They gave us a true sequel and packaged it as an ultra deluxe edition. That is how you release a sequel to something like Stanley Parable. That is brilliant. Okay. So, when we talk to Rogues about this, we say it's a re-release with some extra content, but it's worth it. Right? Right? Okay, let's see here. This is so good. This is all so good. The end is never the end again. I think I know what I'm naming the next stream. Investor Showcase. Okay.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think?
2 with the
Ultra
line,
Deluxe?
yes!
What does it even mean?
Yes!
But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement.
Taste the
right there.
sequel.
It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Oh, this is so good. This is so good. Okay. Photos. I want to go there. Wherever that painting is, I want to go there. Or photo, or whatever. Ooh, mountains. That's a good one here. It's also fancy. I love how it's a modern office, too. Like the original... Excuse me. The original content takes place in an older office. It's definitely a newer style. The color red. Okay, let's see here. 1, more TSP. 2, better TSP. Win-win. Sequential mind share. Paradigm shift. Synergy. Brick and mortar approach. Envelope client-centric marketing. The color red. Leverage holistic value. 1 moving into 2. New mug. It's a bird instead of an apple. Let's see what's on the screen. I want to see these users and the usernames. New content is out. New content part 2 is in. Boring sections of the pie chart. Cool red section of the pie chart. Old plus busted and new hotness. Oh, this is just so great. They're back. 2 doors. That's 2. Oh, this is so great. This is how you do it.
I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
New features. Aha, the show floor. Okay, new content. It's a bus. It says new content. Okay, looks like we gotta go over here.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Okay. Exclusive. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. That's new. Or your name in the game. Enjoy the new features. Okay. That too is different. Please no screenshots. A whole new office. Oh, that is terrible. It's like Legos. Red is the new orange. The new updated, ray-traced, more of the same, but in a good way sequel to the new features, new content, new ideas. Consistent quality with just the right amount of change. The baby is all grown. Bankruptcy. Oh, what's this say? Investor Showcase, the magazine. This is all so good. Jump circle, infinite hole, the button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. It's Stanley. Free, new, plus easy achievement. I can't believe it's that simple. It just works. Get it here, okay? Okay, let's get it right here. Oh. Oh, okay, guys. What do we go for the achievement, or do we go for the button that says your name?
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Sai says button. So I'm leaning toward button as well. Let's see what's up here.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
I love it. I don't think I can get out of here. I think I'm committed now. Ah, that's the oh, I see. Okay. Wow. 1 out of 6. Oh, wow. Wow.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Okay, let's see. The jump circle, this map, free achievement, the button that says the name of the player that is playing the game, merch, settings world champion, Stanley Parable reassurance bucket, office decorations, epilogue, collectibles, infinite hole, exit. Okay, so I really want to see the reassurance bucket. What's B2? So that's there's the where's the achievement? So that's Q. Exit's right there. So E is the exit. Okay. So if I go, that was the collectible area. Where's this bucket at? Where's the infinite hole? Well, let's just sure we'll find it. I want to go to the button. Okay, the button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Let's try it. Hear your name in the game.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill!
Oh,
what a
this is
rush!
great.
That was you! The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
Jim.
Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Jim.
It just clips through the floor. I love it. Okay, and then, yeah, the doors open back up, and we can go. What's this? Okay. Name. Hear yours today. Oh, that's great. Wish we could push those buttons there. Okay. I want to save the infinite hole for last. Oh, there's the bucket.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of
Foxy's starting the
finishing this
game.
feature.
Okay, reassurance bucket. I feel like the infinity hole might keep going.
Was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well,
That's what was so good about
I'm
it.
happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain
love
in the
it.
ass that would be? Yes.
I love
the
it.
bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Wait, give it a try. Okay.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Oh, this is great.
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Let's try and take the bucket with us. See what happens.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? There really should be an award if it isn't already. Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Get well someday, I think.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
I love it. Okay.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Okay. Where are we going here? I think we're going into the infinity hole now. Yep, this is the infinity hole.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's
Can I kick the bucket in the hole?
Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then,
Keep the
since
bucket.
you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do
course,
it
I'm
on
gonna
the
wait.
sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the
Small
hole
light.
was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly
infinite.
If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
I have a feeling that's the end of that. But this might be a new broom closet, so we're just going to wait just a moment. This looks like it's probably it. Let's just go up.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you, and gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite.
That would seem that way, yes.
I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability in marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me.
Wow.
Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working?
Nope.
You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing?
Not working.
Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Wow. Okay. Oh. What's that? What's going on? Oh! Oh, we go down now. Goodbye. Interesting music choice for this. Okay, down we go. I like this music. I have to change your perspective. It's so dramatic. G to change your perception. Jay to change yourself? Okay. Why? What are we doing? Okay, this is a good one for Jay. What the? Let's get rid of that.
Stanley! Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it.
Oh, that's
you don't want
funny.
To miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
Oh. Oh. Wow. Oh, and that's where it ends.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
The elusive, the button that says Jim. That's Jim. We still have the bucket. Where's the hole? Mostly infinite hole. Fine, it ended. It's closed off. Okay. Let's get the free and easy achievement. Get yours right now. Pull the lever, receive your new achievement. No more steps. It just works. Get yours now.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Oh, this is fun. I'm gonna keep pulling it. Does he not do anything if I keep pulling it? Guess he doesn't do anything. Okay. Okay, no free achievement. All right, moving on.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
What's up here? Settings World Champion. That's not opening. That's new. What's this? What's over here?
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
You heard Jim in the game. Oh, yeah, that's the Jim button. Okay, where's the merch? Can't do anything in there. That's where we got the bucket. Don't want to put it back. Feel like we've done just about everything in here. Okay, let's see here. Jump circle, achievement, we got the button. Merch. Settings world champion we need to figure out. I feel like that's the only thing. And then there's the exit. So we could exit. But I want to figure out settings world champion. I feel like it was up in that area, wasn't it? Let's just see. Here's where the stairs were. No, I guess... Yeah, I guess there is nothing to get here. Okay. So yeah, let's just go to the exit. Where was that exit? Yeah, I'm not putting it back. There's the exit. Don't lose that bucket. It reassures me. Oh, I love it. Okay, moving out. Oh, the exit's blocked.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
There's a briefcase there or something. That's interesting.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Okay.
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
I like the placement of the hole.
Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything.
It's again a commentary on video games today.
A sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own.
Love how self-aware this game is.
They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction...
Watch them do Ultra
This
Deluxe.
is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up.
Maybe not.
All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh, jeez.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Oh, this is good. This is good.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk.
Is it
telling
just
him
repeating
what
at this
buttons
point?
to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day.
I'm going to let this
every
play out
month
this time.
Of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something
Stanley
that
Parable
would
2.
forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, hold on just a minute, guys. I need to... The sequel is now paused. I need to check something really quickly because I don't know how to tell Discord. Why is Discord sending me messages when it's closed? I'm hearing Discord go off in my headphones, but it's not even open. But it's still pushing notifications to me. I don't get it. No, it's not. It's completely closed. You're right. It's open in the background. Jeez. Quit. Okay. Okay, that should do it. All right. Resume the game. Okay, I love the fact I don't have my bucket anymore, but the balloons are here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay, now has this just completely begun over with the changes? I do love this. You know, it wasn't yours, it was mine. I just didn't realize it was on in the background.
Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up. Why was he not doing it?
Where's the bucket? There's the bucket!
Stanley picked up the bucket.
I should have not picked up the bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Of course, you know what I'm going to do.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was it? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Oh, jeez.
Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Okay, we're gonna go all the way.
In here, said the bucket. Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly. But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Oh, man. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What happens if I do not pick up the bucket? He's not going to say anything. Do I go back for the bucket? I want the bucket.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Okay.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered.
You know where
the
we're
door
going
on
now,
his
don't you?
left.
You know where we're going. There's only one place to go right now.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket.
Yes.
You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what
it's
the
so
broom closet
true.
is trying to say here.
It's so
supposed to
true.
go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no.
I want to drop the
Getting
bucket.
into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial?
I
and
want to,
convenient?
Sai, but I don't think I can. Uh-oh. 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 I think the computer may have just froze. It may have crashed. In the middle of the new broom closet ending, too. Oh, boy. This happened yesterday while I was playing Age of Empires. I wonder if the GPU crashed. Oh, boy. Because, yeah, this is... feeling like what had happened. Huh. Oh, wait. Okay. That was weird. So Control-Alt-Delete brought it back. But let's see what happens here. Yeah, it's same thing that happened when I was on break. It took the game back. I doubt it's ending permanently destroy ya. But it is weird that my game has just, or my computer has just started crashing like this. That is not good. Okay, give it just a minute to come back on. I don't know what it's causing it to do this, but yeah, this happened last night. I was playing Age of Empires, and it had gotten to a real tough part in the battle, and all of a sudden, all of my screens just went black, and I had to force restart the computer. Thankfully, I didn't have to force restart this time, but still. Okay. Get Steam back up. Yeah, that's the second time that's happened tonight where the computer has just said nope. So we got a Steam update that's working on right now, and once that all finishes up, I'll get this started back up. That is weird. It should not be doing that. I guess I should maybe do a virus scan. I might try that later tonight after the stream. Okay, I'm getting Stanley Parable back up here. And here we go. I think. Here we are. Okay, it said we could enter our favorite time. You know, I'm going to say 7 p.m. because that's when the stream starts, and that's a great time. So we're going to have our favorite time be 7 p.m. Ah, 7 p.m., your favorite time of day. Or could you simply not resist giving me the correct time again? After all, I know how much you enjoy setting the time correctly. Actually, I really do. To the second, I like setting the time correctly. Okay, now I'm curious how accurate 7 p.m. is. Let's use another slider to find out. How accurate is 7 p.m.? It's very inaccurate. You know, can I just say, regardless of the accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. I feel like I'm learning more about you and how you like things to be set. It's good to collect data. I wish we had more sliders, but we've gone through all the sliders I have. Perhaps I can invent some new sliders to gather new data on you. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, let me whip up a couple of new ones. Should be ready by the next time you boot up the game. I'm loving this. It's brilliant. This game is simply brilliant. Okay, we're going to go broom closet, and we'll see how much time we have after that. We might end the stream after broom closet because it is getting late.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for...
All right, balloons are still there, which means the bucket
All
will
of his
still be there.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Love this bucket feature.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay. Can we do one more stream after this? There are 2 endings. Oh no, we are going to continue streaming this game until we unlock all endings. Don't think this is just a one-off stream. We're going to be back here next Monday.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more
is
than ever. Perhaps his boss's office
this
was
is
where he'd find
one of my favorite
answers.
games of the last decade. I'm not shortchanging this. Broom closet time.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems.
The bucket's
this
a
is
companion
how low
cube,
the broom
guys.
closet has sunk
This is our
that it has
buckets.
to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket. Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons.
Yes,
but
this
even
is
this is
true.
worse than I had imagined. And wait.
Hold on to
now
your
the
bucket.
broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends?
We
that your
are.
relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your
No, that's
life
true,
is
actually.
so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
Can I just drop the bucket?
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all.
Okay.
Here we go. There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical
Okay.
diatribes
Okay,
about the
that-
nature of
that's good,
cleaning
that's good.
supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things. All
what
right,
now?
I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see, I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket.
Jeez.
That way, if you're
But
ever
the
unsure
second
whether
sticker
the
is
thing you're
behind the
holding
first
is a
sticker,
bucket
which is
or
weird.
not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, "Ah, it's a bucket." There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
Okay, what else are you gonna throw at me, narrator?
You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest,
I love how
I'm
he's
sick of the
turned this on a
pettiness on
broom
display.
closet.
You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
I have a feeling he's done. Yeah. Is he not coming back?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I gotta know how the bucket changes the crazy ending. A collectible.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Oh, this is so good. Okay.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned
Stanley's
his gaze,
now,
but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad.
Oh, he dropped the bucket.
I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me! The bucket!
This is too good.
He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next.
Found the bucket.
None of them were his. None of them were his.
There's a bunch of buckets.
Bucket.
Come to me, Stanley! Find me!
He had to find the bucket.
He
had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful.
Oh no.
Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Okay, what's gonna happen?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was.
I love how they just slapped a JPEG of a bucket on here. Oh,
of course,
JPEG, it's a BNG, but you get the idea.
Raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place.
Wow.
How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work.
for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
Okay, that was better than the original ending. Oh, that was good. That was good. That was good. Okay. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set
I
of
forgot
two
the
open
bucket.
doors, he entered the door on his left.
I forgot my bucket. Oh. Whoa. Whoa. Places. This is different. There will be a reward for finding them all. Wait. Do you see different things if you don't pick up the bucket? LOL, looks like 427. Ha 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 ha. Inside of a sequel exhibit. Stairs, something to do with stairs. Some are both red and blue, nearby a fireplace. A private but smelly place for an important person. Is this some kind of game? Must be a point to this. Warehouse access plan. Produce one plank to allow ease of access past fence. Construct bridge to allow collection of shiny float. Retrieve Chris's remains from the warehouse floor. Construct new structurally sound bridge. We need more planks. Trust the completionist instincts. Weird spinning figurines. Artist rendering. What do they want? Our data, stock options, money. Should we make them interns? Why do they look like 427? Why floating? Magic. Our quarterly success? Magnets. Training exercise. Dreams. Training exercise by management. Okay. How many are there? 5, 6, 7, no. More money if sold together. Oh, can we sell them? Obviously. Do we need contracts for them? Potential liability, NDA. Someone in cargo room, employee 421 building a bridge. What we know, what we forgot, what we don't know yet, and brown stuff. I love that employee 421's building a bridge, then you come over here and you have to retrieve Chris's room. So I'm wondering if Chris is 421. It's all really interesting.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. There was nothing here. No choice to make.
It's
no
the
path
original
to follow,
broom closet.
Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet.
Is it going to be the original broom closet?
He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Okay, we're going to move on.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Aha! Because the boss knows that, what the boss says goes. If the boss has suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs.
Stands.
What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Wow. Okay, nothing else in the bathroom. And here we go. Forgot about this. First, I'm saying I wish I'd gone fishing. Wow, this goes on for a while. Do I have to stop it? You have to actually stop it. And you're right back where you start. I had forgotten about this. It is an elevator that goes nowhere.
Stepping in.
I can't remember what to do from this point. Go back here. That's right here. That's the broom closet. Guess we can backtrack all the way. That's right. Because everything's open now. I wonder if we can get our bucket. I'll bet we can get our bucket. Our bucket!
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
That's right. This ending. I forgot about this ending. The escape pod ending. Okay, up here we climb. Keep going. Wait, which floor did it say the escape pod was in? We're at 758. $759. I find it weird that these elevators have no button. Looks like there might be a button there, but no, it's not really a button. It just keeps going. Oh, here we go. Launch 60. Launchpad bay. Escape. I have the bucket. Okay, what now? Please don't tell me it crashed again. It shouldn't be taking this long to load, should it? Walk forward. There we go. I forgot that you have to walk forward. Okay.
Pull the lever, Kronk.
Are we... We're saying goodbye to the bucket and giving the bucket the last seat on the escape pod. Oh, wow. They're making it so dramatic. Hold your companion cubes close, guys. Wow. That was good. That was really good. All right, let's do one more. What do you say?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
We sent our bucket away! No! It's legitimately gone now! No way! I had no idea that would happen. No way. I'm... Okay, no, we're not done destroying. We're not done.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We've got options here. So as you can see, we've got 3 of the 6. But if you'll notice, the I don't think that you can get all of them, because it lists 6 here, and one of them being inside the sequel exhibit, but that one didn't count toward our count, interestingly. All right, first things first, we're going to check the broom closet.
Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Okay, so it's not in here. I wondered if the broom closet had actually taken...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Just in case.
Stepping in.
We're going to go find our bucket. We must find the bucket. Come out here. There's where our bucket goes. It's not there. Okay. We are going to go on the launch pad ourselves. Okay, so we gotta go to 7. We gotta do this all over again. It's okay. It's worth it for the bucket, right? Moving up. Sorry that I'm playing this instead of the ocean one. Why can't I think of the name? The one you guys voted for. But I feel like you guys probably want to see this one. I want to play this one. That's the important thing. I'm loving this. Okay, nearly there. But yeah, I'm with Brohan. The bucket has to return at some point. Okay, here we go. Escape. Escape. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, we are going farther. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, loading. Well,
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, that's good.
And try not to lose this one too, you dolt.
Oh, I love it.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
How can we find them? Small floating objects have appeared across the office. We have to synergize our resources to ensure the retrieval. There are many questions. There was no memo from management. How can you tell you've spotted one? What makes them float in the air? Who took pictures of them? That's a good question. Fig leaves are hard to find. Follow clues provided by employee 416. We can do it. Red room. Good luck. And that's different. Like, those things weren't there before. This room is evolving. Please do not leave the office before reporting back on any new findings. Teamwork and communication are of great importance during this unprecedented time of investigation. Thank you. Oh, I love this. This is all so brilliant.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
I was going to say something else. I don't think so. Try again next time.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
And in here.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos.
I love
It would
this.
be with him, always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Okay. Figurine.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Okay, now it did say 4. All right, heading down.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Okay. So we have the light button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Moving forward.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Can I go back? Can I go back? Can I go back? Isn't this where I can go back? There we go. Yeah. And I came prepared for this, guys. Don't touch the secrets. Okay, Secrets all the way. Secrets Room 2014. Never give up on your dreams. Never give up on your secrets. High resolution secret texture. You didn't know about this, Brohan? Yeah, it's one of the game's biggest secrets. Secret of the year, every year. It's one of the best secrets in this game. It was apparently possible to climb the table back there. Oh, is it really? Is it possible to climb the table and jump into the abyss? I never knew that. Oh!
Just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall. Now, what to do next, Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here. So they set up a little couch and relaxed. It really wasn't so bad down here, a bit cold perhaps. After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was craving paninis. But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all. He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning. It unsettled the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail.
It's still going.
All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending.
Still going on up there.
This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually. It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
Is this where it ends? It is. Oh, we got the paper.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries?
But no. We're quitting. We're quitting with that, and yeah. Here, let's go ahead and put the rave back on. Yeah, it's gonna be another couple of streams with this, guys, because this game is wonderful, and I'm loving everything about this game so far. What's not to love? It's Stanley Parable, guys. But yeah, we'll continue this on Monday. As far as also, I'm noticing that light is it reacts to my voice. That's kind of funny. Okay. Tomorrow night, we are going back into Majora's Mask. Finally, doing Stone Tower. Nasa should be joining me for that, and we'll do that. And then Thursday, it's D&D night. We are finishing up that race. So, narrowly missed my favorite ending, but reached a fascinating new one. I was tempted to go into the museum ending. I'm assuming that is your favorite ending, is the museum ending. And I'm saving the follow the direction ending for last. That'll be the very last thing we do before we end the game entirely. But yeah, plan for 1 or 2 more streams of this, because this, again, it's Stanley Parable. What's not to love? Stanley Parable 2. It's actually here. It's a thing, and I couldn't be more happy. So thanks for joining me, guys. Zelda tomorrow. Until then, have a great night, and I'll see you later. And remember, the end is never the end.